My name is Marcel Kalis, and I'm, as we call it, the head of career services at ESMT. So I run the career services team, where we work in a team of 5, including myself, and we work with students who are in our degree programs. We have the MBA cohorts, so we have a full-time class, which have people with 6 years experience on average. It's a 1-year program. So you know that all those people, they leave their jobs, they move to Berlin, they study full-time 1 year, and then are focusing on full-time positions afterwards. In the meantime, we have a part-time blended MBA program at ESMT, which started last September for the very first time. And those people are mainly in jobs, but not necessarily married forever with the organization they are. So some of them, they are also looking for, let's say, career guidance or advice, or, you know, getting prepared for the next step post or even during the MBA. Then we have an executive MBA. I must say that many of those people in that program are sponsored by the company. They are also a little bit experienced and older, not necessarily looking for the next step outside the organization, but maybe more inside their own organization. Yeah, those are the students we work with. For the full-time MBA students, what they can expect is that we work with the students to get them a little bit prepared for the next career move after the program. So we organize a range of workshops, which goes from how to write a resume to networking, and also to give them an opportunity to meet mostly alumni from certain industries. What we would like them to do is to give them exposure to all the opportunities there are there in the world for them. The other part of our job is that we work with companies, we connect, we work on relationships with organizations who hire our talent. And we do that via combined events. So we offer companies to do virtual presentations. Normally we do mostly on campus, right? We do on and off campus presentations. We organize a lot of industry expert meetings, students from certain industry who bring on their experience to the current students. In the full-time MBA, we offer one-on-one career coaching that's quite specific. That's not taking place in a MIM, but only in a full-time MBA. So working with experts in coaching to help the students making a career development plan and support them in making the right steps. We open our network for the students, which is nowadays more important than ever, certainly in COVID times. And we organize events. We had a couple of weeks ago a virtual career fair with more than 40 companies. We host companies, we host interview days in fall for our full-time MBA students, where we offer the companies to meet in 30-minute slots all the MBA students and interview them to see if they meet the culture or meet the requirements for positions. So yeah, you could say 50% corporate outreach and 50% of our job is working very closely with students. Yeah, you could call it career counseling. It was super new for us, right? And also new for many of the companies we work with, because normally we have around between 40 and 50 happy companies on campus with their booth and their stands. But we are, I don't know if you want to know this, but we are a member of the EFMD, and they offer one of the things they do is that they offer a platform which is called Hired, and Hired is an organization who jumped immediately in the virtual career fairs when the pandemic hit us all. So we could move easily and make also our students accustomed to the fact, virtual is the new is the now, and we have to deal with it if you like it or not. So companies, they changed everything, right? The whole recruitment process goes online. You hire people you might have never met. That's the new world. So yeah, but in the end we could attract 43 companies. Local companies, but also international organizations who we offered our platform. And during one day, they could interact with our students via chat boxes, but they could also organize company presentations, Q&A sessions, have a coffee with the head of HR from this company. There were alumni sessions. Last year, I will never forget the date, on 13 March 2020, we closed the school and we went online, right? For the MBA students, however, it was a little bit more complicated because they just graduated at the end of 2019. And many students were picking up their application process and interviews. And in that class, we had some cases where the interviews were cancelled or postponed, the process stopped. That was a little bit more complicated, but yeah, it was all less bad or worse, au contraire, than we expected. It was actually, we were super happy with the result. The same now, the fact that we had 43 companies at this virtual career fair, the end of January, with 7,500 stand views, and I see there more than almost 250 jobs posted. So yeah, it gives a good feeling. I just had a call with a company, right, with a person that works in HR, who basically said that he's missing his colleagues and the interaction a lot. So you also need to have a little bit more attention to your, let's say, personal empathetic skills. You really need to maybe be more creative in how you deal with the fact that most of the people, they sit maybe alone at home, staring at a screen the whole day. So what do you do to not survive it, but how do you do to make your job attractive and to still perform well for the organization? So I think that there is a lot to be done at the organization side, giving all the tools to make people at home comfortable and that they can do the job well. But also you need to, take initiative as a person yourself, not to get lost in anonymous work, because that's also part of being a human being. We are social animals, right? We want to interact and we want to exchange and we want to have fun, and that should still be possible. They should know what they would like to do, and I mean, it's not an easy. So Germany, as if you are an international student and you want to study and work in Germany, Germany is super friendly for people outside the EU. So if you have student status, you can stay in Germany after graduation for 18 months to look for a job. And if you find a job, you can stay in Germany. You get a work permit. No one is rejected that. You can work straight away within those 18 months. And then within the 18 months, you can apply for a work permit. So the visa part is super friendly and it's all available. The other part, what you need to know, however, is to how do you impress a recruiter from the company you want to work for, right? So nowadays, and that's why we invested a lot in an external networking course, even more than we did before, because many of the jobs are not advertised, right? Many of the jobs, and then we have proof of that, people get them because they network so hard and because they have those networking skills. So I would say that is very important. to realize that you really need to network. And still during the program, what you need to know is to find out for yourself, what are you good at? What would you like to do? What kind of companies do I fit? What is the company culture? Do I really like working there? And then, simply applying. Everything changed. We moved from 100% live courses to 100% virtual interaction. We have a new MBA class. They came in a month ago, and I haven't met them in real person. So we put a lot of effort in connecting with people virtually. So we still have, despite the fact that we have a large number of students, a sort of a very personal approach. So we make one-on-one meetings with students via Zoom. Zoom is our best friend. We offer for all the programs what we call a career cafe. 1 hour on certain slots in a week for certain programs, where we simply open Zoom for everyone who would like to talk, and we ask them how they are. We offer all our workshops online, obviously. All the industry expert workshops are all online. All the company events are all online. And sometimes it's also a blessing, because instead of booking a room, people driving to the school or taking the transport, they simply turn on the camera at home, and we have the same information. And that is what is more challenging is maybe for students is, how do you follow up afterwards if you have seen someone on a screen and not face to face? To develop a skill where it's easier for you to do that. Basically coming back to networking again.